Hi, my name is Sam. I'm sure that you clicked on this video to learn more about travelling the beautiful country that is Austria. Well, you're not going to get a more in-depth video than this. But this video is not just for you, it's also for me. I decided to take a journey around Austria in order to force myself into thinking differently. I had just produced my first funded short film in Canada before moving away from Montreal and moving back to the UK with my girlfriend. I wanted to do something creative, to push myself to fall in love with passions I'd lost like photography and take photos and create videos. I planned to get out of this trip an extensive series of content and to tick off somewhere from my bucket list that I'd wanted to go for years. AUSTRIA. But what I actually got out of it was much more than just that. Let's get started. After landing, I headed straight into the city. No real plan, I just want to see where I'd end up. So, I don't know if you can hear me because I'm just on my phone right now, but I've got off the plane and there's a train that just takes you straight into the city, and it's, I've just been walking around and immediately I felt I had to get my camera out because it puts you right into the centre. You're just in amongst it straight away, amongst like these beautiful like gold and white buildings. There's so many clocks, there's so many beautiful windows here. I think I got my camera out straight away and I'm finding I'm taking a lot of photos of windows. Very weird because I feel like I've almost forgotten what visiting a new place can actually feel like. In North America you're kind of very cut off, so yeah, it's beautiful just to walk around kind of and just take in the sights and sounds. Immediately the energy of the city was apparent. Calm, yet alive. Felt as if people were just living their lives at a pace suitable to them. So what I love about like this sort of architecture is that like when the sunlight hits it and it's a super sunny day, you get these like bold streaks of light and really harsh shadows, and it just looks so very aesthetically pleasing to me because of the contrast. Yeah, it gets you thinking. I buy a new magnet every new place that I go. My journey eventually brought me to the Vienne River. There's honestly here an entire different side to the city. See, this is what not doing much research on a city does. You kind of just stumble across things like this. After finding my hostel, I walked as the sun set. It's really interesting the area I'm in because it's quite clearly not downtown, but it's outside the touristy areas, which is something I like to do when I come to a city. Just go and walk around, not really any plan in mind, just see just how it feels like. It's something I knew I kind of wanted to do, leave things a little bit open in terms of what I'm doing. I think you see today I kind of just walked around, took photos, no real plan in mind. I didn't even know there was a theme park here, but it's goddamn beautiful. After my walk, it was time to rest. The next day, I'd booked to see the city on a bus tour. thought this would be a good way to do things, as it would allow me to explore everything the city has to offer. I had a full historical commentary in my ears, but I was still able to listen to the sounds of the city around me. I ended up at Hofburg Imperial Palace.
Look at that. What a spectacular palace. Yeah, this is quite outstanding really. Beautiful like old buildings, like the architecture in the city, like is like my dream photography was, just because, you know, personally for me, like I love patterns, I love like close-ups, I love wide, you know, just like getting in there on like how an object looks from afar and how it looks from up close, and like there's just so many different angles you can go from. Like I'm walking around here and there's just like angles from every side, like under the stairs, through rails, things like that, and it's beautiful.
The palace gardens are something to behold. Every hedgerow leading to a view of something else. Every statue something new. The entire palace was clearly designed with this purpose. The purpose being to get lost in it. On top of the hill behind the palace was a breathtaking view of the palace and city. I like to imagine that whoever lived here would probably come up here for the peace and quiet and to look out on the world. After visiting the palace, I went to the famous Naschmarkt. I had classic Austrian schnitzel alongside a pint of Austrian beer. After dinner, I walked.
It's crazy to me how the mundane, ordinary nature of life can be so exciting. I've been walking for like, 15 minutes now, just in the centre of Vienna, and it's incredible to me how watching like everyday life just makes me feel so creative.
As night fell, I continued to walk. I eventually ended up at a place I had picked out even before arriving in Austria.
Before Sunrise is one of my favourite movies, so I had to come to one of the famous filming spots for it. If you haven't seen Before Sunrise, watch it. It's quiet. Yeah, it brings me back to that thing that I would think about, which is Sonder, which is, that idea that every single person that you walk past has just as deep a complex thoughts and feelings, problems as you do, even though I am insignificant. That means any meaning that I can have falls upon me, and nothing I do really matters. I might as well just live now and just enjoy now, you know? Right, so it's the next morning. I'm just about to leave to go to Bratislava. I'm super excited about that. But I realized that I hadn't really spoken much about why I'm doing this. I kind of just arrived and I'm here. Yeah, so literally 2 weeks ago today, I think actually, I moved away from Montreal to move to London with my girlfriend. And this has come off the back of a really good year for me, in the sense that I made my first zero budget, directed my first zero budget short film, and actually produced a self-funded higher level short film that I hope is going to elevate me as a filmmaker. But kind of producing for the last few years has made me realize that it takes away a lot of creativity from you. What this kind of is for me then is that it's an experiment. It's going away on my own. I've not done a self-traveling trip like this, like to this scale, you know, where I'm going to multiple different places all by myself, and just overall see what happens creatively. There's something very special about just kind of being on your own with your own thoughts in a new place. This so far has reignited a lot of love that I have for photography. I'm finding a lot of joy in that photography. It's beautiful. In terms of writing, which was kind of what I wanted to do, I really do want to finish the script I began writing now that the film that I've started making is done. You know, kind of my motto with all of this is just enjoy each moment, be present in each moment, just appreciate it while you can, and yeah, live every moment.
So we're in Bratislava. It's a wet one today, but it's kind of refreshing. But yeah, it's a change of pace. I thought I'd walk up to the castle first, see what I see. Beautiful. It's got a very medieval feel, as you'd expect, given that the whole city is based around a castle. But yeah. Let's see what Bratislava has to offer. Silently sat above the city is Bratislava Castle, imperious, Gothic. It felt like it had always reigned here, matching the castle's aesthetic perfectly. It's very, very quiet in here. For probably the biggest tourist attraction in the city, it's very quiet. There's just like one tour going on behind me, and that's about it. Then maybe like a dozen people. But it's probably because of rain, but it's very, very cool. Very eerie as well. Like, it makes you think about how quiet castles like this probably were. Yeah, just quiet. Out the back I was alone, free to walk around the gardens uninterrupted by another human. It felt strange to be here, completely isolated. Afterwards, I headed back into the city, photographing the misty streets and coloured umbrellas of the area. I escaped the rain in order to try the national dish of Slovakia. Sheep's cheese dumplings. It is honestly tipping it down with rain right now. I'm just like, underneath these covers, what point do I go and brave the rain to see the rest of the city? I've got like maybe another 3 hours before I start heading back for the bus, so we will see. I love how with places like this you can always tell who the tourists are and who just lives here, because it's slap bang in the middle of the city. The city was home to some beautiful statues, including the working man statue. It's weird to think that I'll never come back here again. As my short time in Bratislava came to an end, I couldn't help but think about the lostness of everything. Every photo I took felt like something lost. I'll never be back. So the final goodbye felt strange.
Diary log of the morning after. Today is actually the thing that made me want to book this trip, and that's getting the train to Salzburg. My mum, when she was younger, did the Europass, where you can get a ticket and you can just take the trains all around Europe. It's kind of still a thing, but it's really expensive nowadays. But I've always thought, really cool idea. Just training around Europe must be so fun. So I booked the ticket from Vienna to Salzburg. In terms of yesterday, I think yesterday, I was really starting to feel a bit emotional. I think that kind of everything over the last few months had kind of like piled up to a point where I felt quite emotional, because there's been a lot of big changes in my life right now, and I think it was good for me to have a moment just to kind of reflect on stuff, and it's made me excited this morning. Really excited for like the next chapter of this journey that I'm on right now. Yeah, I'm motivated. I'm ready to go. So to Salzburg.
The train ride was peaceful, It allowed me to look back on the photos and videos I had taken and work on my script. However, I stopped soon enough after having an impulsive idea.
So I have just impromptu booked a ticket to Innsbruck.
Innsbruck was a mountain town that had been on my bucket list for some time now. I thought that I wouldn't be able to make it out there during my time here, but having seen that my train ended up there, I decided it was too good an opportunity to turn up. So with my plan set, I took in the rest of the views. Explaining my excitement as I arrived would be impossible. This was a dream of mine. I didn't know how exactly I should take it in.
It's incredibly surreal. Genuinely like top 10 places in the world I want to visit. Right, let's see if we can get this mountain.
Is this monster mountain?
The journey up the mountain felt like something out of a book. To do something unexpected, it was exciting. It made me realise that I didn't do things I didn't expect enough. We left Innsbruck behind and journeyed through the clouds.
Literally above the clouds right now.
When we reached the top, I knew that I was doing something special. A moment that I had to take in.
I don't even know what to say, to be honest. You can just see all the mountains poking up. You know, there was that point where we just like went, you know, out of Innsbruck through the clouds. Like, I feel like I'm just like separated from the rest of the world. I think I almost didn't come here today. And it's probably going to be the highlight of the trip. Here's the thing, when you're up here, in a place like this, a lot of things don't really matter anymore, do they? There's a viewing platform just like down there, if you can see it. I'm gonna go try and find it, because like, I bet the views are hella good from there. I tried walking down to that path and the clouds have just straight up. I can't see shit anymore. We'll see, it's a bit sketch. I don't want to like risk anything, so if it's looking a bit treacherous, then I may just go back. Yeah, you can just see nothing, so I'm gonna go back for one of two reasons. One, because of this, and two, because I think I saw another cable car. I thought I was at the top, but I think that I can go higher.
It turns out that I could go higher.
So I've gotten out. It turns out that's the peak. Not even this is the peak. But I'm fucking determined to get to the top of this bloody mountain. Someone has asthma, and I need the doctors to climb up the mountain. Maybe this is a bad idea, but I'm nearly there.
I really don't think that it can get much better than this. Already just walking around Salzburg, it just feels so much smaller than Vienna, which is obvious because it is, but yeah, it's it just feels like a little town, which is weird. I think Salzburg was bigger at this time. After what had been multiple days of one-of-a-kind moments, it was strange to find that I felt burnt out from it all. So to be honest, it's like 12:30 right now, and you know, I kind of just feel tired. It's like I think I want to kind of not get the touristy stuff out of the way, but you know, I've been going all the way to the end of the day, like every day so far, and you know, it's been very full on. So you know, Salzburg's a smaller city, so you know, there's things that I'm really looking forward to seeing. I want to go see the gardens that were from The Sound of Music, and you know, got the castle obviously that's here, but yeah, it'd be nice to have kind of the evening, you know, just to chill a little bit more. Fortunately, Salzburg offered exactly what I needed. A slower pace. Right, let's get up this castle then. The Hohensalzburg fortress nestled above the city like the Bratislava castle. Much like the castle, the fortress offered a separation from its city, one of more quiet and reflexive ambience. I think interestingly, when you've seen a lot of views like this, like your drive to kind of photograph it goes away a little bit. You know, I find that like when I travel, like there's sort of like an expiry date on like when I've seen like too many of the same thing. And I don't want to sound unappreciative because it is beautiful, and Salzburg's a gorgeous city, and luckily I think this was the perfect city to relax in a little bit today. But it's just interesting creatively. I like have no real drive to take photos. I journeyed back down into the city. As the sun set, I found myself just wanting to sit. Sitting on this holiday. A lot of walking too, but a lot of sitting as well. Like, I don't know, see me. People might think I'm boring, but like I just, I don't need much. I just need to like have a nice place to sit, beautiful sights and sounds around me, and I just like to think. You know, it's nice. There's a really nice ambience to it. The one thing I messed up is showing the photos I'm taking. But yeah, I've been taking a lot of photos on this holiday. Like, you know, I'm sure I've been dotting them about. You know, the whole point of this is to kind of have a bit of a creative break, and I feel I have done that. I think that, you know, I took a bit of a day off today, but you know, I have done that a lot, but I haven't actually shown it a lot in the video. Yes, you know, I want this video to feel how the trip felt for me, which was scenic, it was beauty, it was, yeah. I hope it comes across. And then I saw, I gotta say, the sea is going up in my rankings. Like, as the sun's setting, the vibe is so peaceful. It's really, really beautiful. I couldn't help but put the camera away for a moment. I think I finally may have figured out what it is about travelling alone like this and seeing these places and these sort of like people just living their lives around me. It's that I feel like I'm part of the whole world. I'm appreciative of that. Now I'm gonna go get some dinner and just take in the rest of the sunset. So, last full day in Austria. and we're leaving to probably the place that I was most excited to go when I first came here, and that's AUSTRIA. It's like this beautiful little town on a lake. I've seen it in a million like Instagram reels and stuff like that, and so yeah, I can't think of a better place to go to end this trip off. As I journeyed back into the mountains one last time, I felt more assured. The journey that I had set out on had been a success. I could do it again. I was excited to get back to my life, my girlfriend, the new city that I was going to call home. All that was left to do was to take in the final moments in this country as they came. My hands are shaking. When I walked down to the lake, I was met with something that I had dreamed of seeing for years. And I finally saw it. I don't think that there's a video on the planet that's going to encapsulate how this looks. There's a spot here that everyone goes to get that famous photo of the place. I'm also going to do that. I want to get out the way first and then go explore the rest of it. It's the warmest, nicest day of the trip so far, and it couldn't have happened on a bad day. So I've made the call. I'm gonna turn the camera off because moments are things you'll never get back, no matter what. And I think that by filming, I'm not taking in what is probably one of the most surreal experiences of my life. So, we'll see when I next turn the camera on, but I think I need to just stop focusing on getting photos and videos and just live. Yeah. See you in a bit. Well, here we are then. I went for a little bit of a walk, and then I got a little ice cream, and I'm just sat looking at the water now. I think if this holiday has taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you just gotta turn the cameras off and just look at the view.